very glad you've just concluded your statement with Arua Hill Sports Club, and Arua Hill Sports Club has set a list of names that they have already appointed as who are going to be, of course, taking mantle of, that is the team of Arua Hill Sports Club, around different 8 departments that are coming right there. So I think it's going to be one of the biggest thing that is coming right there for Arua Hill Sports Club. I think it's a very good progress for the club right there, because it is what everyone has been expecting. So expect them back in the second round. I did say the other time, expect Arua Hill back in the second round of the Uganda Premier League.
Okay, I want us to start our trend with what is happening in the Stanbic Uganda Cup. Yesterday, there was one big game in West Nile region. It was between Soltino Bright Stars and a team called Odamachako Central. Odamachako Central, most of the West Nileers know that this is a team that's playing West Nile Regional League, more especially in Nile Zone. They went the entire season, first round, not the entire season, rather the first round, unbeaten, and they're having 25 points to their names. And meanwhile, we talk about the team Soltino Bright Stars. We are all aware that this is Start Times Uganda Premier League material. They play in Start Times Uganda Premier League. So, Stanbic Uganda Cup is like FA Cup, is like Coppa del Rey, is like a Coppa Italia, whereby there is that platform for a team that plays in a regional league, that plays in 4th Division League, maybe non-registered league. I'm probably talking about 5th Division League, always having that tie with the teams that are playing in the top tier. And yesterday, the games are still continuing today, as in Ebisen will also be tussling it out with a team called Cetara, and also at the same time, a team called Pakwati Young Stars will also be looking forward to see if they can surpass a team called Boma FC. And let's kickstart our discussion with the game between Soltino Bright Stars and the team of Odamachako Central. The game ended by a 1-0. It was Soltino Bright Stars that won over Odamachako Central, and on the pitch, we on the ground, it was Odamachako Central that demonstrated everything to see that they overcome the team Soltino Bright Stars, but the luck was not on their side. Still, towards the closing edges of the second stanza of the game, we saw Soltino Bright Stars having that edging result, that having that slim win over Odamachako Central. But based on the display in the pitch on the side of Odamachako Central, they had a brilliant game. It was only that luck, as I said, was not on their side, and at the same time, you know, sometimes history speaks, and at the same time also fate plays, and also experience matters a lot in these games. Odamachako, we can confirm to, had a lot of brilliant chances. They only lacked that cutting edge, putting the ball into the back of the net. And Soltino Bright Stars, we can confirm to, only had one golden chance in the second stanza of the game that went straight into the back of the net. But based on the display, demonstration, the team Odamachako Central had, I think this is a team that it deserves to play in FUFA Big League in terms of the game part of it.
FUFA Big League is just not as easy as you think it's going to be. Regional League is one of the moments you prove, yes, you can be there, but of course, just not a matter of getting into the league, and you think you're going to, if a team is not yet ready to set up, that means you need a lot to push forward. But all in all, I want to say it was a good one, a good test. I believe the number was overwhelming right there at Odamachako, a game that, of course, I expected would, or anticipated that would have a lot of numbers right there. The whole West Nile, most or the majority of West Nile based in Arua traveled for that game, and then, of course, plus those other who were there. We discussed in length with Susan yesterday about the games, and I did see, yes, Odamachako was a team that probably would have the upper hand to make sure that surprises, but it took the brilliancy of Soltino Bright Star to always make sure that maturity in the game matters a lot, because there's somewhere you will need now game management, game handling, and those are some of the things that probably would be coming right there, and that is what I believe Soltino had, because I really couldn't go for the game. I had duties that I needed to fulfill, but all in all, I expected a very tense game, just like you said. They outplayed the Soltino Bright Stars, but of course, after outplaying, what exactly did you do? You do squander, or you make sure that you utilize your opportunities, and that is one big thing that the team of Odamachako needs to do. Not only Odamachako, most of the clubs in the West Nile region, that's West Flower they can be. We did see that with West Nile region in the drum recently. Very many chances created, but of course were not utilized. So those are some of the things that are coming right there. But all in all, I think it's going to be a big setup for a team like that. They still, yes, have the right or the bragging rights that it could be a record to them that they have first round unbeaten. That's a record already for a club to set. But what about now making sure that they qualify? Because you're going to have here, after qualifying, you need to have what is called the games that are to be played in what is called playoffs, and then playoffs you have to go. So these are big things that are coming right there. But all in all, I believe Bright Star deserved that because they have done everything possible. You know, so traveling all the way from Ginger to here, getting at least 3 points means a lot, taking you to the next level. And for Damachaku now, the focus needs to turn back to that is their game that they're supposed to play in the regional league. I love the way that they have come together very fast and they're getting ready to see that they get themselves into that is the league. Otherwise, playing this prepares them because we're only like 2 weeks down the road for the second round to kick off over the West Nile Regional League. So those are some of the big things that you could talk about for the team of Damachaku, and plus should still be given to their coach who is upcoming. I call upon him to go for now the training, the coaching course, and become a better coach in right there after understanding, after getting the papers, because there is going to be time in Uganda without papers, you are not going to be a coach. Without the coach, I mean, not only, even for other leagues that are coming in there. Right now, or you see even in the primary school games or the secondary school games, they need at least a coach that has at least a beginner's level. So go for beginners, you will be upgrading slowly by slowly, and that's one big thing I would now request. But of course, I want to thank also the turn-up that came there and the peacefulness of the game that went in there. I don't know how exactly but the officiations and the rest reactions were, but we have not had anything as very, very strange about the game. So I think it was a plus. It's you who was there. Probably you would be telling us how exactly that side was.
Yeah, the game was full of tension, as you said. The security-wise, discipline-wise, off-season-wise, everything went on so well. Still speaking about the coach of Damachaku Central, Lolo Viper, he said, yeah, though we lost the game, the boys played a brilliant football, and his relationship with the players, the rest of the technical members, is also well, and they trust in him, they believe in him, and as you have just said, they also said, and he said the focus now turns to the second phase of the season in Western Regional League, and we can also confirm to you it was the first defeat for Damachaku Central the whole of the season, ever since the kickstart of the new season. You also mentioned the other games, maybe the preliminary rounds of Stanbic Uganda Cup, plus the other friendlies. It was the first defeat Damachaku Central had picked. And still speaking about the team they played, remember this is a team which is having so many stars. You may mention players like Ashraf Mugume, the likes of the striker himself, Nelson Sekatuka. We can confirm to you, or as I can confirm to you, their striker Nelson Sekatuka was kept quiet throughout the game. He only had one chance, and that chance was not even on target till they had to introduce Ashraf Mugume, who was playing a lot of technical games. That was how the goal actually came for the team of Damachaku Central. The team they played yesterday is a team that went up to the semi-finals of Stanbic Uganda Cup last season. We are all aware that they were actually knocked out by the team called Vipers. Also after knocking out KCA, they played a tough team, but they lost. But to me, the game they played demonstrated a lot of things. Normally we say when a regional league team, when a 4th division league team is having that chance to face some of the teams that plays in top tier, it always gives that opportunity for these smaller teams in terms of exposure and also at the same time in terms of revenue. Leaving that one there, we also have in two big games we have in West Nile region. We are not talking about West Nile Regional League, we are talking about Stanbic Uganda Cup. Oh, and let's start with the game between Nebi Central and the team called Chitara. Chitara, we are all aware that this is a team playing in Star Times Uganda Premier League. They are performing very well, one of the newly promoted sides. And the Nebi Central is a team playing in West Nile Regional League. They are meeting today at Luo Grounds. What are we anticipating in this game?
Yeah, Chitara coming, it's like most of the players there, you would say, they're coming also home.
Yes.
There are certain players there, the Gapons and the rest are probably. if you look at the relationship between Nebi or between West Nile and Masindi here at the Chitara region, it's just something that is very, very easier to see that the two sides will be like playing home away. I mean, all of them would be like they're playing home. But all in all, a home team will always be a home team. And I believe there's going to be so big attention. First of all, for Nebi, it's going to be a plus because we know them of how the numbers will become, and that number will always add into the sum or the financial boost of the team, which of course gives them an upper hand. When you look at what comes from the Chitara side, they were very good in the start times Uganda Premier League when they started, and this time around they are trying to see that yes, we really need to make sure that we get off from where we are. We saw them leading the table for some good time, but of course, just like my word, I did say that it will reach a time that you are not going to find a way. Teams will find their level where they are. That is when the first round gets done, and now you're seeing the level is being set. I think one team that is also still pushing is the NEC and the Chitara itself, pushing the new entrants. I think they're doing very well. So coming to Nebi, the 12-man will help Nebi a lot, but I don't see Nebi winning that game unless Chitara is going to be so wasteful in that, because of one thing, it takes them it gives them anything. At least winning even the Uganda Cup is a plus. Yes. Because yesterday we did see Vipers playing Lugazi United, and Lugazi United, not Lugazi United, Lugazi Star FC. Lugazi Star scored first, but Vipers, through that is their game, came back and got the goal, got the winner, equalizer, and then got the winner, which was one of the biggest things that you could say. That is what a Premier League team should do, because we have seen very many of our others that have gone off. What about now this? So it's one big thing that we're looking into, and I believe the team of Chitara is going to do something at Luo grounds today and make sure that they get there. They need to win the game. Another team that shocked me was Lugazi, of course, when they also got off yesterday. Probably we thought that they would, but of course going to Kitgum was not an easy one for them, a fixture that really could not allow them to get their win right there. So they had to sort of bow down out of that is the Uganda Cup, and which one would say needs always to be. Some people think clubs always reject or go off purposely, but sometimes it's the game. Because now, just know you have won this trophy, you've taken all this honor. It adds value. It adds value anyway.
Yeah, still we had the other games as we have just been discussing. Odamatako was edged narrowly by Soltino Bright Stars by a goal to nil. Owen has just talked about this one where we saw Acholi United edging out to Lugazi FC by a goal to nil. Vipers had to come from a goal down to see that they overcome Lugazi Stars by 2-1. And lastly, there was also one game at the Bomber Ground. It was between Medical FC and Young Simba, which ended in a slim win. It was actually the team Young Simba that won over Medical FC. Just as we have been discussing, people might be wondering the kick-off time of the game between Chitara and Nebi Sendou. This game will be kick-starting at 4 p.m. East African time, and Gaddafi is taking a trip away to Tserinya, and there will be a game between Nakaperimuru FC up against Blacks Power, and lastly, Karo Karunzi is having a game with Tuburu United. When you look at the sides from West Nile region, the games they have so far played in the round of 64, the teams have been eliminated. I am talking about the teams that comes from the land of West Nile. Arua Hill Sports Club, they were accumulated by Zambia, and also yesterday Medical FC being knocked out. The team Odamatako is already out, and Chitara is facing Nebi Sendou, and the team Calvary will also be taking a trip away to Northern Gateway. Northern Gateway is a team previously played in FUFA Big League, and also Ondo Paraka will be also taking a trip away. And most of the teams that have played in West Nile region, they have already been knocked out. is there really a chance for West Nile, the other remaining teams from West Nile, to proceed ahead maybe to the round of 32?
Yeah, a very big one. Just like you said, a couple of games that will be taking trip. Of course, clubs will be moving away. One big team that you should talk about is West Nile now left with Calvary, left with Nebi Central, that is going to be playing, left with Onduparaka Football Club and Pakwach Youngsters. Yes, it is one thing. We did see in West Nile last season, one team went up to finals. That is the team of Adjuman Town Council. They went up to at least the semi-finals, I think, semi-finals, where Express ejected them, and that was one big thing that you could be seeing right there. So it gave morale to the rest that we can also do this, and you can do this. So I think it adds in there. But West Nile clubs that could proceed more, I'm seeing less, very less, because of a few things. That always when they get into these games, they are not serious. They don't take it serious, and that is one thing.
True.
So the games I'm seeing, no, I'm not seeing any West Nile club remaining. If the biggest remains is the next round that they can go do, or they can go to the next round, but not this. After this round, you may barely see only one or two of them left, because I'm not expecting probably an away win like how you see how away games are. It's always very hard. Most of the games that are remaining are going to be away. Calvary traveled yesterday. We're waiting to see how they will be doing theirs, and probably expect a big game from them, because they're a team that are in there. They jetted, and today they had trainings. They will be having training, in touch with the one or two of them. But all in all, you'd see that, yes, the move is doing well for them, and it is one thing that it shows that they are prepared early.
Yes.
But alas, would they push the team next? If yes, because one advantage is that if you win here, you may have a bigger team, let's say in the Uganda Premier League, that it will be called to play at your home, and that's where you can make money. So those are some of the things. But all in all, let's wait and see how exactly they will be pushing.
Owen, one thing I've been observing ever since the kickstart of round of 64 in Stanbic Uganda Cup is most of the regional league clubs, most of the 5th Division League clubs, 4th Division League clubs we have from the various regions we have in the country, they have been giving that in a running nose to most of the teams playing in Star Times Uganda Premier League, FUFA Big League. You look at the results that have gone, just the edging results, 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 1-0. Sometimes these teams playing in the lower leagues, they score fast. You will see others, those ones playing in the top tiers, coming from a goal down, sometimes from a barren draw in the first stanza to win it. So it has been, like, I want to still go to your words. These teams that are playing in 5th Division League, 4th Division League, regional league clubs, they utilize these games a lot. They utilize them a lot. First of all, for market purpose, because they know that there is only a slim chance for them to meet these top teams. It comes once in a while, and that opportunity will only come when you play in Stanbic Uganda Cup. That is the first thing they always look at. The second thing is, of course, the revenue part of it. This is how things have been transpiring in the round of 64 of Stanbic Uganda Cup. Before we talk about continental story, probably the ongoing African Cup of Nations, we need to highlight something about the state of Arua Hill Sports Club. The deadline was yesterday. We have not got the official report from the federation and also from the club itself. I'm talking about Arua Hill Sports Club. We don't want to give you a lie. We are waiting to see either today or tomorrow what will come on the table, because the second phase is kickstarting on Thursday. It will be Sports Club Villa opening the second phase of Star Times Uganda Premier League. So let's highlight something about the state of Arua Hill Sports Club.
Nothing like state will be having any challenge, but Arua Hill, I want to repeat myself. Arua Hill, I'm seeing them getting back into the second round.
Yes.
We saw Arua Hill this season, they were not there in the fixture, the first round. But they were included after fulfilling. Arua Hill's issue is about the ownership, and whose ownership is it? I think that's a minor thing that they can work on and, of course, fill it out. Secondly, Arua Hill is looking to restructure because now the club is taking shape, I think, into the new management. I was with Lemati Adams of Vegas. He was telling me about the club, how, of course, the club is with him and probably pushing in there. So now, Arua Hill, if they were not coming back, they wouldn't come up with a structure that they are setting right now. As I talked today, just some 20 minutes ago, Arua Hill announced on their official page their new head coach or the team manager, Mr. Sadiq Sempiji, who has been the coach, and then the assistant will be, that is assistant manager or coach will be Mr. Seba Galafranc Tisitu. If you hear the names, you will be knowing that these are names that are coming to put. Then the fitness coach has been called Madame Mbeka Oliva. Yes. You've known about Oliva Mbeka for quite a long time in the Ugandan history. The youth coach is Mr. Dumba Umar. And then you have Mr. Aki Sadiq Muhammad, who is going to be the team doctor. You have the physiotherapist, who is going to be, of course, Mr. Lule Drake. And you have the goalkeeping coach, who is going to be Mr. Luchamuzi Richard. And, of course, the match analyst is going to be Mr. Sena William Tony right there. And that shows you the structure of organization of a club that is going to be making sure that they need to bounce back. That comes with recruitment. That comes with how exactly the games are now. Are we not certain which players they have already signed and which players are coming? But of course, there are some players that have gone off from Arua Hill Sports Club. One, I think, is in Odramachaku. But there are players that are pushing in here and there. That means Arua Hill is trying to set a structure of how exactly the primary election, I mean, not election, but the secondary phase is done, which is today is 30th, tomorrow is 31st. Transfer shall be closed, and teams are looking forward to see that they need to get players. So I think Arua Hill strategizing, trying to put things work out, is all of them bouncing back is just shown from the face of what they have unleashed today to the public about the new structure, about the new technical team that is going to be helping every time. And also we are expecting to see maybe change in the Arua Hill Sports Club team. Probably this shows me also how exactly the team may not be in West Nile for quite a long, if you look at the names that are there. Even now, the only thing is about the ownership, because Arua Hill was being put on sold, on sale for some time, but it needed to be sold. Who has bought it is one thing. We did see the former owner said he had already sold the club 6 months ago by then, and then who are the people? I think that's the question everybody is asking. But still, what for me I'm quite sure about was that he handed over the club to Charles Livingston Babazi and Adams Lematia for free, and then they had to share the percentages. Now, everyone, I think, will be looking into how we value this club and how much is the club. So the new president maybe could take part in what is there, but all in all, we shall be waiting to see how exactly the new CEO and the team will be starting work. So Arua Hill, expect them back into the second round of the Uganda Premier League.
Okay, and before we go for a break, still back to the region in relation to what is happening in the nation of Uganda. I'm actually talking about the Uganda Netball Federation. The Federation has imposed a very big task on all the cities, municipalities, and also the districts we have in all over the country to see that they start grooming the game of netball right from the districts, municipalities, and also Arua City. Well, not Arua City, rather, also from the cities. Why am I speaking this one? As we speak right now, Arua DFA is in preparation to see that they organize a netball tournament. According to the report we have got from the organizing chairperson, this tournament is set to kickstart on Thursday. Thursday will be the 1st of next month, the month of Feb, and the year is 2024. According to the report, he has said 6 teams so far have registered for the tournament. We will file all the reports about the tournament, and tomorrow we'll be in person to give you more about the netball tournament, which is set to take place in Arua district. Unless you have 1 or 2 things to put locally before we go for a break.
No, nothing much. I just want to say that that is one big thing, and about DFIs. I believe they should be doing a lot in sensitizing people, sensitizing clubs, sensitizing players, because there are a lot of transfers going on right now, and as of course the games are going to be starting. Let's see. I will want to say that let's not have the scenario of Leo Football Club last season, the other season happened this time around again, and clubs need to go and have the best. So sensitization is key, and I still insist the right people should always be the people to talk about the football and the rest. But all in all, Toko Badru finally ceases to be the media officer of the public, of the West Nile province team. I declared that officially. Even in the last game day, maybe we shall be expecting more names that will be quitting the drum or the province of West Nile. But Toko Badru is one name who has come up saying he's not going to be that means any question about the drum? No. In 2 years down the road, he has done his part. What about the rest? Who is going to be now the next media officer? Maybe Benson, maybe any other person. Who is going to be the next? I believe the biggest thing I would say is if you could leave power, just like how they're doing, it would add something.
Yes.
We did see Oscar Onyango confirming that also he is leaving as the fund's president. So a lot of things, but sometimes people leave this because of the pressure that is there. And sometimes there are a lot of things, a lot of allegations that keep coming. But I think I want to thank the management that really has tried its level best to push it harder and make achievements into the drum for West Nile. And now they are looking forward to see that what exactly is next.
Yes.
Next season or next edition of the drum is going to be one that we shall be waiting. Who are the new faces that will be coming right there to represent West Nile?
Yes, we have not talked about AFCON. We have not talked about the return of English Premier